Ball in transition. This team does not attempt as many shots as they did last year and is not focusing on the run. Rick Carlisle has chosen to control the basketball a little bit more, and that's why Stackhouse's field goal attempts are down.
Pistons tonight from the free throw line, 3 of 5, and New Jersey has yet to go at the line tonight. Stackhouse again. Our officials tonight: Jack Neese, David Jones, and Mark Wunderlich. As you take a look at Rick Carlisle, former teammate of Danny Ainge's in Boston.
Used to play the piano after games.
Still does.
Rick is a great piano player.
Kidd with the drive and the putback by Williams. In fact, just to finish up that piano playing story, Rick Carlisle has played on stage with Bruce Hornsby.
Yeah, Hornsby used to hang out at our training camp and come to games and follow us around. And just watching those two guys perform together, just in hotel lobbies, was really fun.
Looking Wallace drive inside, working on Aaron Williams.
You don't have a clue about the East, though. Who's the favorite there?
Well, Kevin, the funny thing is we sat and discussed would Detroit, New Jersey, or Boston be the team that would creep into the playoffs after a long drought. And all three of them are 1, 2, 3 in the East.
New Jersey still has not taken a free throw tonight, and the Pistons are 6 of 8. Detroit equals their biggest lead of 2 as they go inside. Jason Collins has come in for New Jersey, joining Van Horn, Jefferson, Kidd. For the Nets, Kerry Kittles remains on the floor. That is the 3rd turnover for New Jersey. Detroit's 5 stayed the same. Atkins, Wallace, Robinson, Stackhouse, and Michael Curry for 3. And a rebound by Kittle. Jason Kidd, number 2 in assists in the NBA. Bullets it inside to Kittle. Nice move.
That was beautiful. The time of the pass. That's the thing about Kidd. Not only does he get you the pass, he gets you the pass at the right time and at the right place. He got that to him right around chest level. He could put it up real quick before any of the big guys could get there to block it.
And he makes you want to keep moving because you know that even when he gets the ball down with 10 seconds, that he's going to keep passing the basketball.
Oh, what passing by New Jersey! The ball never even touched the floor.
And that's another thing about Jason Kidd. You know, playing with Jason Kidd, its passing becomes contagious.
Well, and particularly Jefferson made a good pass. I agree with Danny 100% that as a result of his throwing those passes, it's a fun way to play, and other players start to catch on and start to do the same thing.
Clifford Robinson finds the double, plows his way into Kidd with 4.5 to play in the first, and now 6 points for Clifford Robinson. Kittle's trying to sneak his way inside and finds himself free. Van Horn with the rebound, and he puts it in. Aside from that, a couple players with 1. Neither team has hit a 3-point shot as of yet. Stackhouse collides with the rookie Collins. Free throws attempted. 14th best scorer. 14th best free throw shooter in the league at 86%. Nets have scored 1 point at the free throw line, John. The Pistons have scored 8, and Detroit trails by 1.
Well, and I also like the pace of the game. I think both teams are moving. Both teams are trying to do things to get ready for the playoffs. But I think it's extremely important how well you protect the basketball, because in the playoffs, the intensity increases an awful lot.
Atkins slithering down the baseline. Out to Robinson for 3. Well, that's the game's first 3, and Robinson has 9. Danny, a former guy you had in Phoenix.
And I played with him in Portland as well, and it's not a coincidence that he's 13 years in the NBA and 13 years in the playoffs. He's so versatile. He complements the other guys around. You see him going to the post early in the game when they had Jason Kidd and Van Horn on his back, and then he steps out and knocks down the 3.
New Jersey shooting 44%. Pistons come the other way, shooting 42% in this first quarter. And a foul called on Lucius Harris, who has a broken bone in his face, thus the mask. Byron Scott wants Harris, along with some other players on this New Jersey team, to step it up, to show a little bit more focus, John, as you were talking about at the top of our show.
Well, they have to step up now, because the whole game is going to change once you get into the playoff situation. Harris, you know, all the players on the team have to step up. You have to be careful and protect the ball. You'll find offensively, teams become more cautious. Defensively, they become more aggressive.
Lucius Harris and Kerry Kittles are the main two guys. Simply, they're the shooters. They're the guys that have got to make shots. And Harris is also backing up Jason Kidd at the point guard. So a very crucial position. He has not played as well as he was early in the year before the injury.
Jason Kidd is 0 of 4. Detroit is +3 in rebounding tonight. I'll tell you, New Jersey could certainly use the big Canadian who is sidelined tonight with a foot injury. Todd McCullough, the ex-Philadelphia 76er center, to come in and give him some muscle. Again, no Kenyon Martin. He's off for a funeral in Texas. Will rejoin the team tomorrow, and no Todd McCullough. Come playoff time, Danny, it's a different scenario for these teams.
Right, and Todd McCullough will be healthy in the playoffs. He's got plantar fasciitis. The playoffs are stretched out a little bit more. No 4 games and 5-night scenarios, and I think he'll be 100%. He's only out for precautionary reasons to get his body healthy.
Kidd is 0 of 5, missing on a 3 right there. Brian Scalabrine has come in the game for New Jersey, and Zeli Rabracha has come in for Detroit. Stackhouse looking for Rabracha, who has been playing very well of late. Another turnover in the other way. Kidd finding the rookie Jefferson.
See, that basket came as a result of active defense on the part of the Nets. You know, they're getting their hands on balls as quick as they are. The guys can fill the lane. Kidd can push the ball. If you're playing aggressive defense and not passive defense, you'll get yourself a lot more.
With 5:19 to play. Thomas on the switch. They go to Kirk Thomas, who misses, and Tyrone Nesby, a good rebound. Todd Thomas knocked away to Clement. Here's Lou. Fires. Big basket. 7 points for T. Lou. Wizards by 11. 4:45 to play. Tough shot. Boy, he's good. Allen Houston. 20 points in the game. Averages 20 per contest. Nesby with 5 seconds to shoot, and he hits it.
Showed a lot of pace at that time. The shot clock winding down right around 5 seconds.
Nesby 2 points away from matching his season high of 18. Thomas picked up his dribble, and that hurt him. Nesby battling.
He's really battling Allen Houston.
8 seconds to shoot. Sprewell around Bobby Simmons. Kicks it out. Thomas wide open, and he drills it.
Well, they had so much attention defensively focused on Sprewell and Allen Houston. In fact, Nesby did everything but mug Allen Houston on that play. He was fortunate he didn't get whistled for a foul.
Kirk Thomas in his 7th year from TCU. Here's Bobby Simmons. A big basket for the rookie from DePaul. 13 points for Bobby, and he has matched his career high. And now Doug Collins pulls Kwame Brown over, as well as Todd Thomas, always schooling the youngsters, giving them the benefit of Doug's incredible career. Here's the foul.
The foul. Watch it. The foul was
on Thomas. On Thomas.
I thought it was on Lou. He was the only one standing by there when I looked up, and they're calling that a flagrant.
Yeah.
Flagrant 1.
I think you could send Kirk Thomas to Hollywood after that call. Makes the free throw, an 81% shooter, and has another coming, and the Knicks will get the ball back. So a costly foul called on Todd Thomas, who's talking with official Bob Delaney. 2 free throws in the ball. It could be a 4-point possession, perhaps 5, and wow, that's a bad time for that play to happen.
So I think what he was doing was pushing Thomas so Lou could get through the pick and they wouldn't have to switch. I don't think it was any type of flagrant foul situation.
Houston is fouled by Courtney Alexander. And So 2 shots are coming, and it very well could be a 4-point possession for New York. Houston, an 87% free throw shooter. In fact, he's 13th in the NBA. The Knicks, who led the league in fewest points allowed last year at 86, are giving up 95.3 this year. Don Chaney taking over for Jeff Van Gundy, who quit this team. And it is a 4-point possession for New York.
Said that rather strongly. Didn't resign or quit this thing.
Yeah, well,
I'm just telling you how I heard you think.
I know. Well, Alexander jumper, a little short. Kwame with a big rebound. His 10th of the game. Career high 12 rebounds against the Spurs. 4 of them offensive. Bobby Simmons will nearly taken away. Kwame fade away. Big basket.
Yeah. And he did a good job to keep possession of that basketball. There was a defender that jumped in front of him. He reached in and grabbed that ball before the defender could get there and steal the pass, and then finished the shot.
Double-double for Kwame Brown, 10 points and 10 rebounds. And the more he plays, the better he gets. Michael Jordan not happy with the play. A foul called on Washington. 2:32 to go in regulation.
It's going to be bench scoring. Washington has won that battle decisively. Brown, Simmons, Thomas, and Hayward have combined for 42 with the bench's 49 points. Terrell Sprewell, 14 of his 21 points in the third, and Washington has crushed New York on the boards, 45-28.
Knicks are 26th in the league overall in rebounding. Wizards are 18th this year. Washington and at or near the top of the heap in many categories, and thanks indeed. The season was a blast.
Yes,
it was for you and me, Phil. I know that. People ask us all the time. In fact, that's one of the first comments they make. Well, you guys had a much more fun this time than you did the last couple of years, and never were a statement more true.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we don't have fun doing this job. This is a great job. But, I mean, when you travel with the team and you get to know the personnel, the coaching staff, players, and you want to see them succeed. You feel a part of it, and you want to see these guys happy and achieving their goals too.
This year, the Wizards with a very competitive team, as a 22nd timeout was taken by Washington, and it's been a season of streaks for this squad. As you mentioned, Phil, they started slow with that 8-game losing streak, but came back with the franchise-tying 9-game winning streak, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And look at all those other streaks, and keep in mind that the Wizards, just at the All-Star break after that gigantic win here over Sacramento, were 5 games above 500 at 26-21.
Yeah, playing their best basketball. Now, I still go back to that Laker game that they were up by 20.
The game following the All-Star break.
That's right. I just thought that you get that win, boy, that's a tremendous boost. They ended up having the win in Phoenix. You come out of that 2-1, yeah.
Michael Jordan proving that even at 39, and he'll be 40 next February. Alexander is held up and fouled, no call. He got pushed, there was no call. Houston the other way. Sprewell. The lead is 4. Simmons goes all the way, no call, and it's a blocking foul. Score the goal. Kurt Thomas can't believe his own eyes, which were wide open.
Well, it's Kurt Thomas early in the first half made a play like this. First of all, let's go back to Sprewell's 3. Washington chasing, but can't get to Sprewell in time. And let's take another look. Now, he's outside the circle, but again, I don't think he has good position. Bobby Simmons is trying to avoid him, doesn't get the contact. It's very, from that second angle, it's a lot closer call than I thought, but Kurt Thomas was surprised.
Simmons, who came into the game 22 of 28 from the free throw line, and that's a big miss. Thomas underneath, nice pass, Weatherspoon, and he misses. He fires and misses that one. Oh, how big was that?
Well, Tyronn Lue was in there just enough to get him to miss that shot.
Simmons knocked away and stolen. Here's Houston the other way. Sprewell again. Doug Collins takes time. The lead is 4 with 1:31 to play.
That's Bobby Simmons. He fakes and then closes out with the two-hand stuff.
Sprewell, 26 points in the game. Willis Reed is the other one. He got the Triple Crown in 69-70. MJ in 97-98.
I probably would have never guessed that.
Probably not. It's rather obscure, but true nonetheless.
Certainly noteworthy, though. That's a tremendous accomplishment.
And another irony for Michael Jordan in this game, Mark Jackson, who plays for the Knicks, was around when Jordan made his first comeback when he played with the Indiana Pacers, Mark Jackson, and around when Jordan made his second comeback, Jackson now with the Knicks.
Well, I remember Mark Jackson as being one of the first players that you ever caught on one of the Jordan highlight reels. He caught a lob and stuffed it, and Mark Jackson was kind of standing there as if to say, well, am I supposed to try and defend this or what? He came up with a great line. He said, when Jordan comes into town, you leave your women and your kids at home because you don't want to have them see you get embarrassed like that.
Each team with a full timeout. Knicks have a foul to give. 1:31 to play. Michael Jordan had his season high of 51 points against Charlotte on December 29th. Came back with 45 against New Jersey, had 44 against Utah, 41 against Phoenix. MJ's final season was 97-98. And he averaged 28.7 points a game, 5.8 rebounds, 3.5 assists. This year, 22.9 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 5.2 assists. But it was just so much fun to watch him play because he could still do a lot of things. Yeah, there were some things he couldn't do, but he still has game.
He's just absolutely magical. I mean, certainly off the court as well as on the court, but on the court, he does things out there, and, you know, forget about the age. He's thinking 2 and 3 steps ahead of everybody, making passes, defending, and, of course, hitting, 3 game winners this year alone.
Bobby Simmons around a couple of screens looking for help from Lou, who's been guarded by Isley nicely. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Double team on Lou. Big fade away, missed it. Up over the top and out of bounds. Doug Collins will bring Tyrone Nesby into the game as Washington fails to get a good look at the basket, and you've got to credit New York defensively. They kept Lou away from the ball initially, overplayed, and played well on defense.
And then closed out when he pulled up for the jump shot, forced him to shoot that ball a little bit higher than his normal shot would go.
They're working on a play to free Sprewell.
And Doug Collins got Nesby back in to Courtney Alexander.
Thomas inside, blocked by Brown. Houston missed it. Thomas fighting, knocked out of bounds off of the Knicks, and Washington ball.
And Jordan, I'm sure, applauding the block as well as the hustle inside.
Teamwork personified by the Wizards.
Oh, great block, timed it perfectly, came over. Then they're able to seal off. Thomas coming over the bat.
How about the hustle?
The hustle, yes.
Philly's been doing it all year long. All year long, that guy has given you 110%. First look at Charlie Ward, who shoots 32% from long range, averaging just 5 points a game. In his 8th year from Florida State. Wizards trying to get it in bounds. And they do, finally. Whitney, they got only 8 seconds to get it over the timeline. Here's Lou, Nesby, Simmons, trying to play keep away, and Bobby Simmons is fouled by Ward. Wizards by 4 with 40 and 6/10 seconds to play in regulation. Bobby Simmons.
Well, they're not in the 5th penalty, so Washington gets the... Ooh.
Whitney.
Ward almost looked like he almost picked him clean.
And now we will, and the Wizards are in a little better position now because they send Chris Whitney to the line, who's the league's 8th best free throw shooter at 88%.
It counts.
It ain't how, it's how many. Chris Whitney, the only Wizard to play in all 82 games this year. Very resilient gamer. Washington by 6 with 38 seconds to play. Isley, what a shot.
Boy, he took that right to the rack and didn't take much time in doing it.
Ward knocks it away from Whitney. Yeah, that was the key. He got it up and in quickly. 33 seconds to go. A new 24.
I think they're too crowded. They need to get at least one of those players, those 3 players, back in the backcourt. There's too many players in there. It's going to be hard to get it in.
Whitney is in trouble, and he's fouled by Ward with 30 seconds to play. Doug Collins yelling for Kwame Brown to get back. Isley underneath, tipped away. Thomas lost it out of bounds.
Well, that's what he wanted to do, get him back underneath the basket to help out in case there was any kind of confusion.
Whitney over the timeline to Nesby. Nesby drives, lays it off to Brown. He's hit, no call. Nesby scored a goal. He's fouled on the play. It's on the floor. Here comes Houston. He wants time.
See how that all plays out come August or September, whenever the time frame is to make that final decision.
Appreciative fans. The Wizards led the league in attendance this year. Only 3 games did they not sell out. They were on the road. Golden State, New Jersey, and Charlotte. All the home games sold out. Thomas racing in. They let him score. Simmons in. Oh, he had Whitney.
Yeah, he sure did.
And he lost it. And a foul, fortunately, called on New York.
Yeah, I think this year he's earned a reputation as being a terrific offensive player as well as a setup man. His quickness and his ability to penetrate.
Well, the Wizards close it out with quite an effort. After 19 victories last season, Washington amasses 37 wins this year. Doug Collins and Michael Jordan can be proud. They turned this franchise around in fine fashion.
Well, nearly doubled their wins of last year. You're right, with a very young team, first-round draft choice, the high school player. So certainly kudos to everybody involved with this organization.
Wizards take the season series against the Knicks for the first time since 97-98. 3 games to 1. They win it 116 to 112. We'll come.
Welcome back to the Continental Airlines Arena here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. TBS NBA Tuesday. Kevin Harlan, John Thompson, Danny Ainge, and Cheryl Miller. We just had a basket scored by New Jersey. And the 10th point put in by center Aaron Williams, who is now defending the elusive Ben Wallace, in a rebound by Van Horn. Jason Kidd begins the second half after not playing in the second quarter and fires it inside for Aaron Williams. Pounded, hacked, and finds the 2.
What great ball movement right there. But Aaron Williams has had a great game so far. 12 points and 7 rebounds.
And the second foul on Ben Wallace as we send it over to Cheryl Miller.
Well, Coach Scott said there were a couple things that he wanted his team to really focus on in the second half. Number one is keep Detroit off the free throw line. 19 attempts. He really thought that hurt him. Contain the dribble. And also at the offensive end, even though Ben Wallace has 4 blocks, he still wants his players to go right at him.
All right, Cheryl, the Nets tie their biggest lead of 4, 50-46. Pistons out there with Atkins, Curry, Stackhouse, Robinson, and Wallace. And a miss by Atkins, picked up by Jefferson. Out there with Kidd, Kittles, Van Horn, and Aaron Williams.
And that's a bad play by Chucky Atkins right there. Cliff Robinson had Jason Kidd on his back. He's going to get a double team or give Cliff an easy chance. But Chucky is more of a scoring point guard. And that time they elected to play one-on-one instead of feeding the ball into the mismatch.
And I like the strategy that Scott said in terms of attacking Wallace. A lot of people run from shot blockers. Most of the time, that makes it much easier for them to block the shot as opposed to attacking them. Even if they block it, they have a likelihood of getting a foul.
Atkins, shot clock at 5. Stackhouse for 2. Rebound by Williams. The Nets are shooting 43%. The Pistons are shooting 35%. And Kittles at the other end gets his 11 points.
Well, it was a great pass by Jason Kidd, a great reaction, but also a great fake at the end of the cut by Curry Kittle.
Yeah, we heard Cliff Robinson talk about they got to stop the easy baskets, but you know what? That's a lot easier said than done.
Put down by 6. Indiana leads by 3. The Cavaliers have really come back nicely in that game.
Well, the Cavaliers have some offensive players that can explode, led by their point guard, the guy the closest to Jason Kidd in the league, Andre Miller, had a fantastic season.
Stackhouse for 2 over the defending Van Horn. Slammed in by uncovered and untouched Ben Wallace. He's got 8, John.
There's no reason for him to be untouched or uncovered because that's what he does. He comes from the weak side and attack. He's so good at it that somebody should always be looking to put a body on.
Kittles on top. Pistons have led by as many as 7. The Knicks have led by as many as 6. A rebound by Clifford Robinson. Rebounding story. Pistons are +1. 27-26.
You know, Coach, how can you ever leave Ben Wallace open? I just don't understand it. I mean, he's like Larry Smith. I had a good cohort friend of mine, John Neednog, who told me this guy had a chance to be Larry Smith 5 years ago. He said the guy's one of the best rebounders in basketball, Ben Wallace. And how could you ever leave him open? He's a Dennis Rodman type of player.
Well, absolutely. And they were guarding him closely when he had the ball in his hand, which is the time that you want to back off of.
Kittles inside and a foul. Kidd trying to...
which is the time that you want to back off of.
Kittles inside and a foul. Kidd trying to squeeze it inside. It's cut down. Carlisle actually used to play for New Jersey and was an assistant coach with the New Jersey Nets at one time.
Right, and they played each other in the NBA Finals when Carlisle was with the Celtics and Byron Scott was with the Lakers. They've had good coaches. They've been around a lot and been exposed to a lot of great teachers as players and assistants.
Kidd feeds Aaron Williams, who is putting on a show. 15 points, 8 rebounds, taking the place of Kenyon Martin away for personal reasons tonight. 7, John, coming alone in the third quarter.
Well, what can you say about Jason Kidd? Not only is he a good passer on the exterior, on the interior, that was a great pass. They hit him from a posted position. Williams makes the cut down the lane. He unselfishly just drops it to him.
What great vision, though. He must have just had out the back of his head right there.
Stackhouse against Kittle, 6-5. Jerry Stackhouse, who's averaging about 21 points a game, has 11. He's 1 of 9. Kidd is 1 of 8. So some of the big guns in this game and shooting all that well.
This is a big game for Detroit.
Yes.
Detroit wants to win this game, and they're playing hard out there. And New Jersey's trying to get themselves sharp for the playoffs, but Detroit has got to win this game.
Van Horn's got 9. That's the second round, which now they're kind of looking at as well. Will they have home court or not?
Yeah, and they're trying to battle Boston. They got a game tomorrow night that they have a second chance to win. They need to win one of their last 2 in order to guarantee them a home court over Boston in the second round.
Chucky Atkins for 3, and he nails it, and the Pistons have just buried their 4th three-point shot. Atkins has a 4 buried by the Pistons, only 2 3-point hits by New Jersey tonight.
And I think the Nets have to return to their aggressiveness defensively. I thought that they had been doing a very good job defensively. But now Detroit is starting to get a lot of free shots.
Atkins gets it on a rejection by Jefferson, picked up by Kittles. Down court for Van Horn, covered by Clifford Robinson.
Well, see, there's a perfect example. The difference between Keith Van Horn and Jason Kidd. He caught the ball. 3 guys are running down the court open on the break, and he's got his head down thinking of scoring.
There's a breakaway for Ben Wallace at the other end with some nice defense, and Wallace now has 10 points in the game.
And some unselfishness on the part of Stackhouse, because Stackhouse could have very easily taken that shot, but he rewarded the workhorse Wallace by giving him the ball in the free easy layup.
Kittles off to Williams. Under 7 to play in the third quarter. Kieran Kittles for 3.
And that's big. Every time Kieran Kittles knocks down one of those jump shots, Byron Scott's smiling. You know, he's got to get that confidence back going into the playoffs. We go back to the center matchup. I mean, Coach, who'd have thought the best teams in the East would have a 6'8" center and a 6'7" center?
That's because all the bigger guys want to play outside like the little guys shoot jump shots.
Robinson with the miss. Rebound by Van Horn. Jason Kidd plowing the other way and uncovered. Another miss for Kidd, 1 of 9.
And, you know, Jason, I always felt was a better shooter when he was actually looking for it. I can feel right now that he's looking to pass first.
Stackhouse swipes it away, picked up by Jefferson. Shot clock at 11. Kittles through traffic and buries a 2-pointer.
See, I like Kerr Kittles.
Oh, how did he squeeze that pass in? How did Kittles know that Van Horn was back there? Unbelievable.
It was absolutely beautiful. I mean, you reward running, you reward cutting, you'll get more running than cutting. And all of this stuff is initiated in most part by Jason Kidd. So once you see a guy is willing to do that, as Danny indicated earlier, it becomes contagious and other people will start to do it.
Detroit is shooting 38%. Curry from outside. He's got now, with that, 11 points, knocking in a 3. That is the 5th 3-point Piston hit tonight.
And Chucky Atkins, that's what I love of what his strength of his game is knocking down those spot-up jump shots. But right there you can tell New Jersey, they're talking through it. The rotation, they're not supposed to leave Chucky on the rotation.
Another 3 by Atkins. Picked up by Kittles. New Jersey shooting 48%. Kidd, the pump fake, and a deceptive one it was. Inside was Jefferson with a whistle and a foul. Pistons, and that's it in terms of foul problems there. Corliss Williamson in the game. Rebound by Wallace. He's got a double-double tonight. John Barry beats Atkins, who drains another 3.
And I love that. They go to Corliss Williamson on the matchup, and they got the offensive rebound by Ben Wallace. He's the one guy they got to guard inside, and they have great shooters on the outside.
Outside shot, Coach. It's easier. Right there, Chucky Atkins just left him wide open on the perimeter, which can help Richard Jefferson in the ISO. And, you know, Jason starts making those shots. That's when the nets are really difficult to beat.
Jason Kidd, 1 of 11. Jerry Stackhouse, 1 of 9. The 4th personal foul put on the rookie Jefferson. That is the most of any player in the game right now, so something to keep your eye on. New Jersey leads by 4, approaching 1 minute to play in this third quarter. Corliss Williamson. And a rebound by Kidd. Kittles. Rebounding in the game. Nets +3. Away by Robinson, picked up by Atkins, ahead to John Barry, slides in with a pretty fake and a deceptive move.
Well, that was a beautiful play, too. Barry is definitely a hustler. He comes down this end, he fills the lane, he catches it and uses a very slick reverse layup.
He is smooth. He is so smooth and so smart. You're right, Danny. Collins to Kidd, 1 of 11, 1 of 12. Barry the rebound. Jason does have 8 assists tonight. 3-0 run, as you see, by Detroit. 30 seconds to play in the third. Barry wheeling his way. What a pass to Williamson, who comes uncovered, cutting across the wing.
Well, and Williamson in his own way, of course it was a great pass by Barry, but Williamson in his own way definitely creates a problem because he's not a real tall person. He's got great hands and great maneuverability near the basket. That was just a simple cut to the basket, but he had sense enough to see the space was there and move and do it.
There's a foul called on Chucky Atkins. How about the Detroit Pistons down by 10, 65-55. Now they've come back to tie it at 69. A concern for Nets coach Byron Scott, who wanted to focus and concentration and a confidence-building game for his Nets.
Well, and I think they've had focus, but in the same token, now Detroit has come out and rejuvenated themselves. They've refocused and got themselves right into this thing.
Kidd. Horrible night. Another rebound by Wallace, who lassos his 14th. Two division champions. The two top teams in the Eastern Conference. Part of a gigantic playoff run by teams in the East and the West, with playoff plays like this by John Barry and maybe the sixth man of the year, Corliss Williamson, and one great fast break after another. Barry again at the other end. The Pistons have come back. A 10-0 run to close the third. At 69, we are tied. Jefferson, Scalabrine, the rookie Jefferson, and over Williamson. We've got a couple of executives. Rod Thorne leaving the NBA office, now the GM for New Jersey. Joe Dumars, the GM for Detroit. Both could be executives of the year.
Well, yeah, they've both done an excellent job. I'd say Joe Dumars wishes he maybe had drafted Richard Jefferson in the first round, though, but a lot of free agent signings. But I still give the nudge to Jeff Petrie, re-signing Chris Webber and the acquisition of Mike Tibbs.
Lead of 87-79. Each team is led by as many as 10. Cliff Robinson misses the three and then intercepts a pass at the other end intended for Jason Kidd. Good feet inside drop-off pass to Corliss Williamson. Knocked out of bounds. So at the scores that Ernie just gave you, here is the current 4-5-6 view in the Eastern Conference.
Well, I love the fact that it's going down to the final game. It's going down to the final game at the bottom. But right here, I mean, it's just a toss-up right there. Philadelphia, how good they could be depends on the health of Jarrett Coleman and Aaron McKee and Allen Iverson, and that they could compete with in the Eastern Conference as well.
Well, and really, you know, when you look at this thing, it's a great issue. You talk about the individuals in the past and their performances, but now team performances seem to be the highlights. The uncertainty about who is able to win and who's able to beat whom. I just think it's going to be a great playoff.
Kittles has 24. He leads all scores. 15 points for Clifford Robinson. And Ben Wallace, 12 points and 14 rebounds. Jason Kidd, 1 of 13. Jerry Stackhouse, 1 of 9. Barry has had a great fourth quarter, as has Williamson, who fires again and gets it again.
You know, and right now, I mean, see, these are two bench guys. Corliss Williamson and John Barry are bench guys that come in the game, and they're the best players on the court for their team offensively. They're running all the plays. They're executing. They go to Corliss on the post, run pick and rolls with John Barry. They're not only having great fourth quarters, they've had great seasons, and that's been the difference in this game is the Detroit bench and the New Jersey bench.
That's the bench score right there at the big-time jam inside by Jefferson.
Well, you were talking about the executive of the year. You have to give Rod Thorne a vote, though, because I tell you, you look at the rookies that he has, they are very much impact players, very similar to what Danny was saying about the guys that are coming off of the bench for Detroit. You look at Jefferson. Jefferson is not coming off of the bench, but he's definitely a tough player. This kid is a very tough player.
Scalabrine to Kidd, who interestingly enough comes back in the game with under 6 to play. Kittles for 3. And the Nets are coming back down 91-86.
The beauty of Jason Kidd is not just that he can pass the ball, but Danny, he knows who to pass the ball to and what situation.
For the Bradley Center in a matter of moments. Here's Chucky Atkins locating Williamson outside the lane. Shot clock at 8, under 3 to play. Pass picked off by Kittles. Jefferson into Scalabrine.
That's a play Scalabrine's got to finish, though. He tried to do a John Barry and use the other side of the rim that time.
And there's also a great play with Jason Kidd running from the baseline, coming out and taking the ball and saying, give it to me.
Oh, Kittles is a great an incredible fourth quarter, 8-0 run by the New Jersey Nets. And Kittles from three-point territory in the fourth quarter has knocked down 3.
And Byron Scott couldn't be happier. He said before the game, you know, that's one guy I want to see get his confidence up. Well, it's up right now.
Oh, Atkins looked right in the teeth of that run with a big three of his own.
And that's what I love about Chucky is he's a great spot-up shooter. He's really shot the ball well. I just like to see him get that ball into the post a little more and not try to create his offense as much as he does.
New Jersey has 5 3-point hits. The Detroit Pistons have knocked in 9 3-pointers tonight. Williams, who's played well, and that time jousting with Wallace underneath.
Well, he did a great job of taking the space away from Wallace so that Wallace wouldn't have to run the jump.
For the time. Oh, what a shot! John Barry make it 97-91. The Pistons on top by 6.
You know, I hate to agree with Ainge with anything, but I have to agree with him. John Barry has had a tremendous impact on this game.
Well, John Barry's had a tremendous impact on every team he's played with over the last 4 or 5 years. He's a special player, and I think a very underrated player in this league. And, you know, hey, he's in the game right now, and Stackhouse is on the bench.
Aaron Williams against the glass. 4-point game. 1:16 to play. Kittles has put in 30 for New Jersey. 17 from Atkins. 17 from Barry. Ken Wallace climbing the ladder and puts it back in.
They're trying to pad his rebound stats right there. Moses Malone.
But it also showed his quick reaction to the second effort, which is a very valuable thing with him.
Well, he has second, third, and fourth efforts on each play, it seems like.
99-93, Pistons on top by 6. Each team has led by as many as 10. A 5th foul is put on Scalabrini.
Well, and this is a perfect example. Wallace goes up, he goes up strong, he misses the shot. All of the defensive men relax, but he responds and goes right after it. And that attitude, as well as his athletic ability, is the reason why he's such an excellent rebounder.
Well, right now tonight, I mean, we've talked a lot about John Barry, but he's definitely been the difference in this game for Detroit.
7 of 9 Barry, 17 points. Nice knock away, and here comes Kidd, who's had a horrible night shooting. That's a 2-point shot. He is 2 of 14 firing from the field. It's Williamson.
They got to foul Wallace. He's only a 40% free throw shooter.
And a foul on Kittles, who fouls Chucky Atkins. So Atkins to the stripe, and Atkins is a 68% free throw shooter.
And Dan is absolutely correct. 2 mistakes they've made with Wallace. One, forget to block him out earlier and not to realize the fact that he's not a good free throw shooter when you're scrambling like that and to go after him in the fouling.
Well, I say you foul him when the 4th quarter starts. He shoots 41%. You know, we foul Shaq.
You
he
would
shoots
foul him.
55. I foul him.
You'd foul him when he's sitting on the bench.
Anytime I could.
Atkins with the first Detroit free throw of this second half. Hits it. Milwaukee has won their game against Toronto in Wisconsin.
Chucky Atkins has had a fantastic game, particularly with that perimeter outside shooting, the 2 clutch free throws right there.
Kidd for 2, blocked by Robinson, his former teammate at Phoenix. The other end, Atkins, he'll slide in for 2, and that'll seal it for the Detroit Pistons, who win their 5th consecutive road game. And now Detroit has won 18 of their last 21 road games. Not bad whatsoever. Kidd hits a 3. 2 division champions, Ernie Johnson, squaring off tonight. The Pistons have won it 103-98.